Welcome, everybody. This is Coach Freeman for HNS Radio. This week's Athlete Spotlight is quarterback QB1 Xavier Hill. Xavier, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, coming off a big win, the first win as a starter, big for you, and Coach Salam's first win. How much did you guys want to go out there and do it for him?
I mean, it was huge. Obviously getting a new coach this year, we were really excited to bring a whole just new era to the team. So, going out there and getting our first win for him, for, the team, it was really exciting for everybody.
Are there any things that you guys as a team, like maybe new traditions or new rituals or whatever, that you guys have started to do, maybe even during practice or pregame?
Well, pregame, we get to work with no pads now. So, that's another thing where, we kind of feel, looser before the game, if that makes sense. And then,
I did notice that, the white jerseys, yeah.
So we feel looser before the games, and then just in practice, everybody seems to go harder now. I guess feel more motivated a little bit because we feel like this is going to be our season.
Yeah, I agree. We all looked really, really good before the torrential downpour and winds came. I mean, going up 21-0, then 28-7. A lot of that in part to what you were able to do. I mean, you ran for 3 and threw for 1. How does what you did last year, playing some running back, playing some receiver, how has that helped you translate, or has it translated to the quarterback position at all?
Oh, it helps a lot. I mean, just seeing running lanes, and then also having to be out there at receiver and learning what DBs do or linebackers do in coverage. I can read that and help our receivers now to say, oh, I remember this guy last year did this, and then running the ball where I can be I need to get downhill here, or maybe take it slower. And then just finding lanes to make things happen.
Well, you definitely found some lanes. You had some pretty good lanes to run through. That offensive line did a pretty good job, I thought, of protecting you. Of course, as I mentioned in the broadcast, it helps to have a really mobile, elusive guy back there. It makes that offensive line look good as well. But you got some guys on the perimeter that can really make some plays. What can you say about some of those guys on the perimeter, particularly, Austin Perry, Joel, Donovan, and even, Nicholson, coming out there? What about those guys in practice what do they do in practice that gets them ready for the game?
Yeah, all those guys are really fast and can run around a lot. So, it makes it easier when, we can see, in practice, even having Joel play defense as well, when you can go beat a guy like that, you're in a good spot because he's, I would say, probably one of the better safeties in Georgia, maybe even the country for his grade. So, when you go out there and you can run routes and, get open against him, you can see, our receivers can do a great job of getting open, and then also the line protecting me. So, a lot of time to get those guys to get in open space. And you see them run, even on screenplays where Austin broke a long screenplay. They can make people miss, so it's great.
Yeah, I think he made about 4 or 5 guys miss on that play, and just ended up in the end zone. That was a great play, very, very elusive. And a lot of times on plays like that, especially at the high school level, you get a block in the back or a hold. So good job on the guys on perimeter. They can block really well too. They're not just catching the football; they can block as well. But we were walking down here. And I mentioned this in the potluck, you've got some broadcasting experience. And what kind of got you into that?
Really, it was just, I like being on camera, I like talking to people, so, it felt easy to kind of flow, and then also the love of sports, being able to be around sports even more than I already am. Going out and watching other sports is really fun to see, all the other athletes around our school and, at other schools to see how good they are, and then just wanting to talk about it is really fun.
So what's your favorite broadcast been that you've done?
Favorite, I think, was the basketball game we had against McEachern, watching Ace Bailey. That was a fun one.
Yeah, a lot of times, when you have to, as Terry and I call ourselves the Homer broadcast, sometimes you just have to sit back and just appreciate talent when it's there, and that's definitely because I was at that game as well. Looking forward to this week. Going to Wheeler, haven't played them in a while. What have you learned about them, or what are some things that the coaches have been talking about?
Well, my grade as a senior, we played them in middle school, and we always knew they were really fast, really athletic. They got a really good quarterback over there. His name is Marcus Romaine. He's committed to Northwestern. So, our defense is gonna have a struggle with him and the running back. He's they're both really good, but I mean, we just gotta be physical. I think we're pretty athletic to match up with them, so just use what we've been doing, and then coaches are gonna call the right plays, trust in them, and we should be fine.
Well, that's good news. That's very good news, and I know that's what the Hoya Nation wanted to hear. And well, just going to wrap this up and get you back to where you need to be. And one sort of like maybe personal question here, and just something kind of off the wall that a lot of times we like to do. I know I asked one of the coaches about, I think Coach Langford, what his favorite Olympic sport was, and he kind of went into the long diatribe of what he liked to watch. Other than like what's your favorite type of pregame? Like, what's your pregame music? What's your pregame jam? What's on the playlist for Xavier Hill?
So early in the day, because right before we go out for games, I like to I kind of took it from J.J. McCarthy, so I go out in front of the goalpost and I meditate. So right there, it's Bob Marley.
Okay. Well, that's definitely
to meditate.
meditative.
And then just really anything. I can listen to country, rap, hip hop, anything before a game. And then for the game, I like our pregame music outside that we have for our team. So really anything.
Okay. Well, I know you're in the middle of probably some recruiting and things of that nature. In fact, I noticed that as I was putting together our Kennesaw Mountain episode, I always like to pair it with a photo, and Kendra McCool, who does a great job with the photos and photographing you guys, she had a great picture of you guys coming out of the tunnel from behind. Now, I saw a Tennessee towel there. Now, are there any foreshadowing there? Is there any sort of like ties there, or any interest? Is that something that you've been thinking about?
I would love to go to Tennessee. I don't think right now it's on the table yet, but I mean, you can manifest whatever you want. So putting it out in the world, maybe it comes to happen. That'd be great.
I just thought it was really, really neat to see that, and it was so prominent because it's right in the middle of the picture. But I just thought that was cool. It was a great photo. Well, Xavier, we wish you and the Hoyas, of course, nothing but the best as you guys continue to prep for Friday night. Looking to go 2-0.
Yes, sir.
And so we're super excited. We'll be there broadcasting on HNS Radio at 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, Xavier Hill. Xavier, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.